This build is very useful against enemies with high HP or against supervillains. They cannot survive for long if Blood Reaper is in your lineup of heroes. Hello guys, Genuine here, Genuine Gaming, and here is my Blade build for max difficulty or Ultimate 3, and I call this build the Blood Reaper. Overview. At first glance, Blade's abilities are underwhelming. It does not deal a good amount of damage, it only applies bleed. The downside of build status is that the damage is taken per turn and not in an instant. It may sound great at paper, but in reality, it does not work that well because the enemy can still take action on its turn, in which we want to avoid, especially on max difficulty. We want to avoid enemies to take their turn, as in Ultimate 3 difficulty, their damage dealt is devastating to our heroes. But there is one ability of Blade that I like, which consumes bleed when Blade uses this ability, and that is the Reaper. And that is the reason I call this build the Blood Reaper, as it utilizes the Blade's Reaper ability. Blood Reaper is best against enemies with high HP. However, Blood Reapers uses 3 card plays, but 1 card play gets refunded. Blood Reaper is best used with heroes who can help him draw his card, increase his damage. With Reaper in your hand, you can deal up to 2000 damage against an enemy. Do the combo this way. Hunt for the following cards: Make Him Bleed, Daywalker, and Reaper. You're going to need 3 card plays for this combo, but if you have used Make Them Bleed the turn before, you will just need 2 card plays. Just make sure that you can still apply Make Him Bleed to 2 cards, Daywalker and Reaper. First, attack the desired enemy with Daywalker. If you do not want to compute how much bleed to apply before you can KO the enemy, just apply the Daywalker chain to a single enemy. And for the finish, use Reaper. Here are the cards with mods with this build. 1 card of Quick Strike modded Draw a Hero card on KO. I always like to mod my quick cards with drawing a card. The idea of modding my quick cards with drawing a card is that, as quick cards refund my card plays, draw card replenishes cards in my hand. If I would draw another quick card, that would lengthen my card plays all the more. I modded this ability more specifically to draw Blade's card so that we are going to hunt for the cards we need for our powerful combo. Make Him Bleed, Daywalker, and Reaper. 2 cards of Reaper modded with Quick. This for me is the best card or ability of Blade. This card is good enough in itself. Modding it with Quick would make this card invaluable for Blade, the Blood Reaper. To make this card a powerful card, you have to apply a good amount of bleed to the enemy before using this card to the said enemy. 2 cards of Make Him Bleed modded with +2 Heroics. This card is a must-have for Blade. It is no-brainer. Giving your damaged cards an additional 2 bleeds is awesome. What is good about bleed is that it deals 100% damage based on Blade's offense. This can also be used to hunt for the cards we need for a Blood Reaper combo. 2 card of Daywalker modded with apply 1 bleed. This card is not that valuable if this card does not apply bleed. Since this card is a 4 chain attacks, with Make Him Bleed, it can apply at most 3 bleeds on 4 different enemies or 12 bleeds on a single enemy. That is excluding Blade's passive ability, Cold-Blooded, which can also apply bleed to an enemy. This is the best ability for applying bleed on enemies. 1 card of Glaive. I would like to include this card into this build as it is the only Blade card that has area of effect, as there are times that the enemies cannot be targeted because they are concealed. This build is very useful against enemies with high HP or against supervillains. They cannot survive for long if Blood Reaper is in your lineup of heroes. If Blood Reaper could have these 3 cards, Make Him Bleed, Daywalker, and Reaper, no high HP could survive this combo, even supervillains. I hope you like this build, and do not forget to leave a like if this video is helpful. And for more Midnight Suns video, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Ciao!